And so I sat down to eat at one of the little restaurants, and the guy sitting next to me, I said, so what do you do? And he said, I created he literally, he said, I created the Beats by Dre headphones. I designed them, or I came, it was my concept, or something like that. Right. And I said, wow, that was really impressive what you all did with your marketing. Because I remember how they did their marketing and they basically just did this weird thing where they started putting these headphones on all these celebrities to the point where that little Beats symbol became a status symbol. So you had headphones that had superior audio quality and a lower price, half the price, that were not outselling Beats by Dre. And so I was really kind of laughing and saying, "Wow, you really pulled a rope a dope on people with that one, didn't you? Isn't that interesting? You know, like that's an, you know." And I didn't talk to the guy very long, but literally, you want to just sort of make sure you understand, how this sort of thing works. And part of the reason that things like self-esteem, things that don't seem to connect to your economics, the reason these things are so important is because if you have your self-esteem generated internally, then you don't have to buy it from anybody else. Do you understand? I want to stick on that point for a minute. When you want to save money, let me explain it like this. Let's say you go out to eat a lot and your budget is strapped to the hilt. Well, if you eat out every day and your budget is not leaving you any money left over, then what's the obvious solution? To do what? To cook at home, right? If we cook at home, we save $500 a month by cooking at home instead of eating out. So basically, the core idea is anything you can generate internally that you don't have to go pay for externally is ultimately going to keep more money in your pocket. It's going to keep your coffers full. That's a very broad idea. That doesn't just apply to you eating out versus eating at home. That applies to almost everything. It applies to national security. Right now, the biggest battle between the Trump administration and China is rare earth metals, right? So rare earth metal stocks or minerals, whatever that crap is, those stocks all shot up because the United States government is buying these companies and buying pieces of these companies because they're like, wow, us importing these minerals that are so essential to all of our technology is because it's not just expensive, but it's very dangerous because we're not just enriching China to get something that we need, we're putting ourselves at a strategic disadvantage. They have the ability to starve us because they have something that we need. Do you understand? So white folks have the ability to starve you because they have something that you need. Do you follow what I'm saying? You get? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Do you get it? That, and I'm not saying just like all white folks. I don't want to make this black white thing, but you know what it is. Right? So when you feel like you got to go buy you a Mercedes to purchase your self-esteem, and you got to go buy a Gucci belt so you can feel better about yourself, and you got to go see Johnny or Jake the jeweler in order to get you $100,000 chain because you a rapper and you want to feel like you are somebody, then what you're doing is you're purchasing your self-esteem. You're importing something that should be generated internally and is putting you at risk. It's draining you financially and it's putting you at risk. The strongest countries on earth are the countries that export to other countries. It's not the countries that do all the importing that have to import everything. Countries that have to import everything are incredibly vulnerable. They have what is called a trade deficit. A trade deficit is where you're buying more from them than they'll ever buy from you. So the black community's biggest economic problem is that we have a trade deficit with the rest of the world. We buy from them, they don't buy from you.